Two Wheels this week, Richard Hammond visits a track day at Oulton Park in Cheshire. Wayne meets a young man riding a bike for the very first time. We look at aftermarket exhausts, and Max Biaggi and Carlos Checa talk to us about overtaking.
This is Alton Park, and this is rain, and this is a track day. We've been invited along to take a look, see what goes on, and we're not going to let rain stop playing. My gout might be a bit, I don't know, there's a bike for me if I want it, but it's, you know, it's a bit sore. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, it doesn't look too nice, does it, Aaron?
No, it's a bit wet, to be honest.
Now, it's not the rain that's keeping you off, is it? You're just here to...
No, I'm just here to watch, to see what actually goes on.
Have you done one of these?
No, I've never done one. Everybody tells me I should do one, but I haven't done one yet.
What do you ride usually?
Fireblade.
Okay. Well, you could have brought your blade along here today.
Well, I've got it here.
Oh, you could go out. I mean, I'd have taken it out for you, but I've got this bad arm, and it's, I daren't really.
Well, I'm sure you would love to, but you're not going to.
Do you reckon there's any use, or what uses are in days like this? I mean, yeah, they're great fun, we're enjoying it.
Well, you learn how to handle a bike properly because, all right, you've got to be careful on the road, but you find your limits on here. So then you know how far you can go if you have to. Because I think one of the worst things is going around a corner and finding out that you're not actually up to your limit and you're pulling the brakes on, which pulls you up and pulls you off. So.
Yeah, give me a bit of a moment.
I think it's a jolly good idea.
You've been keeping an eagle eye on the performers out there. Anybody that's impressed you thus far?
Not really, no.
How far up the field would you have been then?
I would have probably been at the back, pushing everybody.
Yeah, I'd have been in front of you if this neck of mine was, it's right there.
Yeah. I think it's more to do with my nether regions, that's my problem.
Really? That's your business and your problem, Harry. We won't even go there. Well, look, enjoy watching, won't you?
I certainly will, yeah.
I want to go. My knee. Right, so you two guys have both been there. Who's here first of all? Give me your names. Stephen and?
Jason.
Okay, who was in which class? Which?
Well, I was in the medium group,
right,
which was the second group out of the day.
Yeah.
And got halfway around the lap, and one of the lads had, on the first lap, binned it halfway around.
Yeah, somebody did have a bit of a moment out there. It is very wet. I did hear reports of ducks on the track earlier on. I don't know if that was entirely true.
They're going quicker than us.
Have you done a lot of these track days?
Done a few, yeah. I've never been to Oulton Park before, though.
Right. What's in them? What's the value?
Just random, isn't it?
Buzzing
No
around,
curbs.
Yeah.
No curbs to it. No
What do you ride, guys? We should find out.
I'm on an R1.
Right.
On an R16.
Yeah, but there's so many R1s and R6s. It's unbelievable.
There's about 5 on there.
Yeah.
Ducati in there.
But I mean, it's got to be a unique chance to get out and use the thing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this is the second time I've been out this year. First time was the Isle of Man. The weather was not good there, so.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be nerve-wracking because you're which class? You're kind of working your way through the classes.
No, well, I wanted to go in the middle class, but they had no space left, so I'm in the slow one.
Right.
But
you can shine.
looking at today, I'm quite happy being at the back of the slow.
But is it something you've got to be nervous about? Because, well, put it this way, the toilets are rather busy earlier on. I think a lot of people get there and get a bit jittery.
I've been.
I mean, people do, don't they? They take this very seriously, as you've got to.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, if you drop it.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously, it's huge fun. But what about, is there a benefit as road riders? Because you ride your R1s on the road, presumably.
It does teach you a lot. It teaches you how far you can get it over, and I mean, if you do drop it, well then you know you're limited. You haven't got them curbs or...
Needs to be 2 strokes then.
Yeah.
You just
haven't got the curbs or cars coming the other way that's going to finish it off.
Now you just let rain just kind of interrupt play for a while. I think you're being very sensible. So you're going to go out again later on?
Yeah, I'm going out next.
You're going out next?
One. Yeah.
Whatever the weather.
Yeah, just to see, like I say, I've never been here before, so just to see what it's like.
All right. Well, all the best out there, and you have fun as well.
So you out then, are you?
I would, but I've got. It's the funniest thing.
Yeah.
The dog ate my driving license, and you need it to sign on. So I would.
As bad as mine.
No, it wouldn't be appropriate. But look at that! I've got to go. Just as there are some race bikes here, there's actually some real racers. James Whitten, having a nice day. What are you here for, anyway?
Basically, I'm a partner in the business that runs the day, Speed Freak. And basically, I'm here to lend support, give advice, go around with people if that's what they want, do the briefing, and basically give my input to the day. Being as how it's at a racetrack, and all the racetracks that we have days at, obviously really well. and try and impart some of my hard-earned knowledge into these guys.
Absolutely. Now
today.
we've got to remind ourselves the level at which you compete, because I see you've been wandering. He's a very nice man, wandering about Natter and having a laugh, chatting to people. But you're like amongst top 5-10 riders in the world. We're talking seriously. Just give us a potted history.
Potted history: 5 or 6 times British champion at everything from 125s, production bikes, super bikes. I've done World Superbike for the last 4 or 5 years, 500 Grand Prix, and this year I'm competing on a factory Yamaha in the Supersport 600 World Championship, a series I was leading till the last 2 rounds. It hasn't gone very well for the last couple of meetings, and I'm now line 3rd, but yeah, I mean,
You got the hang of it.
I know what I'm doing, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, a lot of the people here are kind of very much intermediary. They've maybe never ridden on a track. What's the use of a day like today, apart from brilliant fun?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing is fun, but it will have the benefit of bringing the riding on no end. The main reason track days are popular these days is because any bike from 250cc upwards, particularly 400s, 600s that are very popular, and anything bigger than that, basically, to use them on the road to the full potential is both dangerous and you're probably going to lose your licence as well. So a day like this, you can pay a few quid, you can come and have as much advice or as little advice as you want, and basically, within reason, there's no rules, there's no speed limits, everybody's going the same way, there's ambulances on site, if anything does happen, touch wood, it doesn't. And basically do your own thing for the day and have a little bit of fun.
If somebody's come along to a day like this and you're knocking about, could they actually get to ask your advice? Only because it's quite a big thing to be able to do, to ask.
Yeah, I mean that's what the day's all about.
So
I mean,
James,
that's why
can
I'm
you sort
here.
out my leg breaking?
Yeah, I mean, every single one of these track days, I will do. Perhaps go out in maybe half the groups, either leading people around, following them around, giving them advice, and tips on either being a safer rider, a quicker rider, or whatever they want, basically. And I'm here all day. So yeah, that's the idea behind it.
Well, I hope it picks up for you in the championship, and you have a better time. And
I hope the weather picks up today.
Yeah, it's not nice now. I will be going out, obviously,
Yeah.
if you want to. But funniest thing, I left my keys, locked my bike, and I've run out of excuses.
Yeah, that's right. You can't find them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't blame you today, actually.
It's not very nice. Nice, mate. Nice job. It's looking good. Good improvements you've made there, Gary.
Thanks very much.
And your leathers as well there.
Yeah.
Good effort.
Just mud.
How many laps was that after?
2, I think. Yeah.
Well, you got round 2. Go on, what happened? Talk us through the big off.
Red Mist came down chasing somebody else. He ran wide and I, yeah.
And everybody's going to take the mickey out of you now. Are you waiting to take this away from us, sir?
No, I'm waiting to take that.
Oh, right. Well,
So
official stuff taking place.
And go out before he's seen the paramedic.
Ah, you see? Health and safety. He's got to go and see the paramedic before he can go out and ride again.
He'll have one for you if you're written your fit.
No problem.
You've got to be checked out.
Yeah, they took me into the, trolleyed me up, put a neck brace on, trolleyed me into the medical centre, ran all the tests. But I've got to go and see a paramedic before I go out again.
Do you
just to
feel
make sure
all
I'm
right?
Yeah, fine, bit of headache, but
Yeah. How fast
There
was
you
it when you binned it?
I don't know, the marshal said it was quite fast, hit the tyre wall, so
Oh, God.
that was
Have you
quite nice.
ruined their bike? This is a moto horror, in fact, isn't it?
It is, yeah, one of the advantages of coming on somebody else's.
Do you do these a lot?
Yeah, I've been out about 4 times now with Motor Technique.
Why?
It's brilliant fun.
What do you get?
Much
from it?
rather use theirs than mine.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you ride ordinarily?
What, at home?
Yeah.
I've not got a bike at the minute. I've had blades and
So
various
just
other
about
bits
your
and pieces.
handiwork, mate. It's probably just as well, isn't it?
Yes, yes. The wife stopped me riding on the road, so I'm
Right.
only allowed on the track. 'cause
Well,
it's
I mean,
safer.
you're a walking, talking example of exactly that. You
Well,
binned it
exactly. If you
today.
do this on the road, it's
Not worth thinking about, is
not
it?
different. Yeah.
Well, well done, sir. Good effort.
Thank you very much.
It caused a bit of stir in the pits. We enjoyed it. Take care. Go and get checked out. And you're going to get out again?
Yeah, oh, definitely, yeah.
Good man. Good man.
Clean my leathers off, off we go.
You can have my laps. Oh.
Thank you very much.
Now this, without a doubt, is the noisiest place at this happening here today. And the reason being is because it's motocross machines with noisy exhaust systems on. This is Jeff May's starter school at motocross. Jeff May is an ex-British champion and he certainly knows his stuff, and he's involved in Kawasaki's training school, the off-road training school. They've got a full circuit down at Cambridge. You go along, pay and have a play, and that's the idea today with this. The difference being is it's a little bit less demanding for the road bike rider. So you take off your leathers and your full face road helmet, you stick on the motocross gear that you would wear with the boots and the protective gear, and stick a helmet on and pay 8 quid and have 20 minutes around this course. It's a very simple course but demanding for those of you who've never been off-road before, and I'll be honest with you, some of the lads are doing really well. Just take a look at them. Right, not only people who can ride a road bike can come here and have a play, people such as Gavin Taylor here, who's slightly nervous of the camera and me, but I don't know, you're not nervous of having a go on the bike, are you?
No.
But this is the first time you've ever ridden a motorbike, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you going to have a bit of lesson? You're going to give you a little bit of information about how to do it, and then you're going to go for it?
Yeah.
Right, well, we're going to film you. Not that I want to put pressure on you. That's awful, that, isn't it? But no, tell me, why do you want to have a go on the bike then? What's your interest in motorbikes?
I like it that it's fast and it's just, you can just get on it and go wherever you want.
Is there a bike in the family?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And do you go on that?
Yeah, on the pillion.
Yeah, on the pillion.
Yeah.
Right then. And so you do like the sensation of speed, do you? Right. So you're going to go out there now and maybe have a bit of speed.
Yeah.
I bet you go slow before you go quick. Yeah. But I think it's a great idea. So you've got all the kit on, all this protective gear now. Do you feel confident?
Yeah.
Right. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and we are going to watch you, but we won't make you too nervous. All right.
Yeah.
Best of luck with it.
Yeah.
Well, there we have it, eh? Matter of clever instruction from somebody who knows what he's doing. Young Gavin there, in a matter of minutes, sussed out how to ride the bike. He didn't know the front from the back when he first started, but he sussed it out with the correct instructions, and away he goes, without even falling off. And that's better than I can say for some people, including myself.
And coming up after the break, we look at aftermarket exhaust cans, and Max Biaggi and Carlos Checa talk about overtaking.
Oh, it's exhausting work sat in this sun on a beautiful day like this, you know. Exhausting, yeah, that's what this is, but I'm sure you knew that already. It's an end can and connector pipe off a Yamaha Thundercat, 600cc Thundercat. This is the standard can, weighs a ton, I have to say, and this is the one that you get when you buy the bike new. Not very special, not particularly pretty, and it doesn't make enough noise for some people. Some people like a lot of noise. So we'll leave that there, and we won't talk about that anymore. We'll talk about these, because it's a fact that the most popular aftermarket accessory for any machine is an end can, or even a full race exhaust system. So here we have a selection of end cans, and of course connector pipes, because it's for a Thundercat. Only 8 here, but the choice is absolutely huge, believe me. Names that you've probably never heard of are making cans. So let's start at the bottom of our price range of this little gathering with this one, the Carbon Can Company. Nice red can, so you can colour match it to your bike, and you get the connector pipe there, the associated clamps to clamp it up to the bike, and a little clamp to go around there, and that hangs on your footrest hanger. All very neat, fits very well, and that'll cost you £155. 155 quid for that one. Let's go up a little bit more now, a little bit dearer, £190. We'll buy you one of these, a round carbon can from Edge. Again, you're getting exactly the same thing, connector pipe clamps. This bracket this time, a little bit fancier because they've even bothered to cut it out with the name Edge there, so it looks quite trendy on your bike. That's £190. Then a name that everybody's heard of. As soon as you mention exhaust, people think of these. Micron, been around for many years. This is one of their red alloy cans. Race can, I should point out, all of these are race cans, not road legal, so don't be going out on the road now, remember what I told you. Nice red alloy race can there, almost the same as the others, slightly different in the way that it hangs on the back of the bike. It doesn't have a clamp that goes round it, has a little bracket that fits on the back there, and then that bolts to your footrest hanger, and it hangs on beautifully, just like that. Fits very nice. Something worth mentioning with the Micron is the packaging of it is absolutely superb. Comes in a lovely fancy box, and you even get a little video to watch, eh? Look at that, only a few minutes long, but it tells you how you should be fitting your exhaust, even your full race system. So that's worth watching. 190 quid. 195 quid, sorry, should I say. Hytera, from a name from the past, or a name that's been around for a long time, to a brand new name. You may never have heard of these. I hadn't heard of these until we went to the BMF show down in Peterborough. You may remember Wayne spotted them there, and he did a little item about it. Round carbon can from Hytera, £199 this is a race can. Most of these people do road cans as well. This is a race can again in this case. I have to say, the bracketry on this was probably as good as it gets. Beautifully finished, even got the little name there, stamped in there. Lovely bolt there and an Allen bolt there to go through. Nice clamps, everything fits perfectly well. And that probably went on the bike, because all of these have been on the bike, the easiest of the lot. Don't know why, it just seemed to fit the best. £199, still under £200. Scorpion, oh yeah, have a look at that one. Quite heavy actually, this one, quite a chunky thing. This time we've gone oval. Forget the round ones, oval cans. A lot of people like oval ones. And you get the same thing again, tailpipe and a bracket to go around it. But this is a little bit special, this Scorpion, because this is called a Scorpion Vision can. And it's one of a limited run of just 2,000. And when you buy one of them, you get a little certificate to tell you which one you've got. Here we've got number 40 of 2,000, so makes it a little bit exclusive. So all of those there, them 5, all less than £200. Let's go over £200 now. £219 buys you this. Look at that for a fancy bit of kit. A blue flame. Now we've been riding this bike around with all of these cans on, and this is the kids' favourite because the kids love this. It's all the fancy colours in it. Lovely coloration, and if you've got any blue in your bike, any of this kind of blue, it would look really, really trick. Again, we're on an oval can here. Say, some people prefer oval ones to round ones, but we all have our differences, don't we? And that's £219 there. Blue flame, very, very nice. A bit dearer still, £253 buys you this heavy lump. It's very, very heavy, from Norman Hyde, a Hyde can. Looks a bit different, doesn't it now? This is what they call textured pearl. This is textured pearl red. And as I say, it's very heavy, but it's very, very different. And I have to say, I think it's a shame that such a fancy finish on the can isn't complemented by a fancy bracket, because it's pretty plain, and I don't know, I think it's just a shame. But that's a Hyde can, again, oval, not quite as oval as the others, it's more of a squashed round really, but very smart, very trendy looking and very different, and that's £253. So on to the dearest. The dearest is this, Devil, little Devil here, a round carbon can from Devil, race can. A few slight differences with this to the other ones. The fitting of this connector pipe to the actual can is different. It fits with the spring, you get that with it, no problem, and you get the clamp to clamp it on to the bike further down. This little clamp here that goes round, I have to say, we've had problems with this, fitting this to the bike, because we couldn't find any way of connecting that to the footrest hanger on the Thundercat. So when we fitted this one, we actually used the clamp off the Hytera, because we like that clamp best. So a little bit of trouble with that. But it's a nice can, really, really solid. Extremely well made, but it is the dearest, 314 quid. So from £314 back down to where we started with the Carbon Can Company at £155. Now all of these people claim to improve the performance of your machine. They say it will give you more brake horsepower, more power, more guts. Well, that's what we all want, isn't it? But remember, 155 quid, more than twice the price, 314. You would think then that this gives twice the improvement in performance. But does it? Certainly all of these make a lot of noise. They're all race cans, as I've said. None of them are road legal. But we've had all of these on the bike, and we've had it on a dyno tester, and I think you might well be surprised at the results. And we'll show you those next week.
When you do the maneuver of overtaking and braking, of course you feel quite strong, because it's the most difficult thing, overtaking.
In some corners it's difficult, no? Because sometimes it's difficult to know which line that rider will use, no?
For overtaking, it's equal measures of aggression and skill. You have to be prepared to take a risk and overtake. it's no good if it's a bonsai effort and you can't make the next turn. You still have to get around the corner, so some skills needed too. It's an equal thing.
During our sessions that the riders are on the track at the Grand Prix, the riders come across each other quite often, and they will try to judge the ability or how good the other rider is in certain areas of the circuit, to see also if there's a bigger clean line on the track in that area where he might try to overtake during the race.
In brake point, you know already that guy is braking in one point and you can brake the other side a little bit more later and get good line. But mid-turn is difficult.
.500, the weight is so much, and sometimes more easy to overtake. It was more difficult to go out of the corner first.
You have to take risks a little bit, because all rider is strong. It's hard, so sometimes you have to do that.
Coming up on Two Wheels next week, there's more from the Oulton Park track day and the results of our exhaust dyno testing. Also, Wayne looks at a new type of immobiliser, and Jeff tells us all about the history of Honda's Fireblade. And there's more from Carlos Checa and Max Biaggi.